What is up, nerds? I just watched the first episode of The Mandalorian after getting Disney Plus. Dude, it's freaking good. I don't know how else to sum it up better than just people like to talk about Star Wars fatigue and how that's part of why Solo underperformed. There's no such thing as Star Wars fatigue. I'm sorry, there's not. You know, like Marvel pumps out 3 to 4 movies now a year, and everyone still loves it, and they make a crap ton of money because if it's good, people will see it. Solo didn't do well because people didn't want to go see it after how much they didn't like Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and so on, and they were just iffy on the movie itself. But man, freaking Lorian is excellent, even after just one episode. I'm gonna go into a bit more spoilery details later on in the video, but right now I'm just gonna go over the basics. There's some beautiful cinematography in it, just like shots that are perfect for wallpapers and stuff. There's a couple shots of just things that, as a Star Wars fan, you're like, I like you. A couple little subtle nods here and there to different things in the Star Wars universe. But it's the action scenes are, at least in the first episode, plentiful and really freaking good. The graphics are really good, the practical effects as well as the CGI. There was like one scene where there was a speeder floating and it looked pretty animated, but it's a TV show. It's not like, oh, well, it's not good. Oh, like the graphics as a whole were really good. The main character is interesting. We still know very little about him after the first episode, but it's not like, okay, why do we care about this guy? He's interesting. We see one brief little flashback of like his childhood to get just a small glimpse of maybe where he's coming from. And he's a total badass, right? But not like the boring kind that is one-dimensional. Like he's badass, but there's seemingly, could be dead wrong, there's more to him than just kicking butt, taking names, and getting your bounty. We don't see his face. He never takes his mask off. Who knows if he will at all during this show. It'd actually be kind of interesting if he didn't, but I feel like that might be like a last episode kind of thing. Honestly, I had nothing but good things to say about this. It's a captivating storyline. I am really waiting for the next episode to come out because I'm pretty invested in what the heck is going to happen next. Yeah, that's the basic overview I can do without doing any spoilery stuff. Now, with some spoilery stuff, so if you don't want to hear anything, then just ignore. But like I was saying with the cinematography, there's one shot of the mythosaur skull whenever he's walking into this like Mandalorian, I don't know, group home type thing. And first off, it was pretty cool. There's people walking around with the Mandalorian battle helmets, and then there's a mythosaur skull, just insignia kind of thing on the wall. And it's like, yeah, Mandalore baby. Fight scene at the end is super cool. I dug it. There's a little bit of humor thrown in as well, and it works because it's not forcing things like trying to make a your mama joke in Star Wars and Last Jedi. But and at the end, he finds a freaking baby Yoda. It's not actually Yoda, but whatever that species is, he finds a baby one of it. It's kind of a big deal, like lore wise to Star Wars. And that's another thing, is this is showing a little bit of kind of the Mandalorian mythos and lore. We see a brief flashback to him as a kid, like I mentioned earlier. Looks like, especially based on what we saw in the trailers with battle droids and stuff, guessing his home was wrecked by, droids as a kid. Hardened him. Also, Siege of Mandalore, question mark, maybe? Yeah. And so that would mean by now he'd be 30-something, 40-something, because it's right after the fall of the Empire. You guys need to watch this show. If you like Star Wars, and even if you don't, if you're just mildly interested, because everyone is going to get Disney Plus, let's be honest. But this is what Star Wars fans have been wanting. Granted, Star Wars fans are kind of toxic as a whole. Everyone either loves or hates something and will murder whoever disagrees with them, but it's not just that we've complaining because we like to complain over the past couple years. is that for the most part, what we've been getting isn't good. Solo was Rogue One was good, but the sequel trilogy thus far is poop. It craps on the original trilogy. It craps on lots of the lore from what we hear and all the nightmare going on behind the scenes of Rise of Skywalker. This one's probably going to be just as bad. But this show is a step in the right freaking direction. I have hope for Star Wars once again. And like I said, I think I said in a previous video, but I would be so down for Jon Favreau to be the new, like, executive of Lucasfilm. Like, replace Kathleen Kennedy with him, because he's always been a huge Star Wars guy. It's just, in the credits, it's like created by Jon Favreau, written by Jon Favreau, produced by Jon Favreau, directed by Jon. It's like, dude knows his stuff, and he did a lot of talking with George Lucas to figure out how to do this, like, properly, to make sure it was fitting. It's just, I mean, one episode in, and I'm upset that I can't see more yet, and I'm really excited to see what else there is. So that's all I got for now. Y'all gotta start watching it. You need to see the first episode. You can make your own opinion. If you don't like it, okay, but you're wrong. Maybe not, but seriously. Alright, please like this video and subscribe to the channel if you have not yet, and I will catch you guys in another video.